Salvation is reserved for those who pass the test. If you survive, an elevated existence awaits. Initiate Phase 1. Power up the base cannon.
Kalani, 24 pills ready to go. Your driver's all reset up for it. And let's get on with this video. Okay, so we're using the 66. Siltronics in reverse. Got a 5-watt slug in reverse, 1,000-watt slug going forward. Let's turn it down here. Put it in 1X, it's in PEP. Come on, focus. I got a document. Come on, focus. Focus. There we go. Okay. So we're going to go over here and we're going to put this on medium, which under load drops to about 15 volts, which is about where you're going to operate it at. Turn the amp on. Now this radio is going directly into the amplifier, so I want to demonstrate so it's not going through driver. And driver is based off 14 volt flat current. Okay, we're not running that off big 300 amp continuous duty monster freaking power supply. Okay. Hello audio. Now that's actually key, Kalani. Hello audio. Hello audio. That's with 700 watts worth of power with 30 watts worth of input. I say that's screaming along. Screaming along. Look at the output tune. Hello audio. And we're going to see this needle move a lot more than we normally do. You got to remember, this needle over here is going to move a whole lot more than you guys have ever really normally seen it move. We're going to see 1.5 watts to 2 watts worth of reflag. Okay? 5,000 plus going out the end. I think that's a pretty good match. Well within acceptable limits. So I'm going to step back for a second, and I'm going to hook the driver up, and we'll be right back. Just the driver, going through the 24 pill, going into the birds. Hello audio. Hello audio. Hello audio. That's your input tune, Kalani. Hello audio. Into the driver. Okay. Hello audio. Now I've changed the slugs up a minute, so I'm going to get in here and go real slow. 5,000 watt slug going forward. 1,000 watt slug going forward. Now we're going to utilize the peak. We're going to put it in 5. So this is reading as a 5,000 watt slug. That's an actual 5,000 watt slug. RMS, PEP. Okay. So let's see what 600 watts looks like. Hello audio. Exactly half. That's 300 watts RMS. Hello audio. We all agree with that? Hello audio. Hello audio. The multiplier showing 700 over here. Hello audio. Hello audio. The 2 meters line up. Fire this puppy up. Hello audio. So let's go over that one more time. Let's cover that real thorough. RMS going forward. Hello BBI, BBI. Hello. Yeah. Peak is twice it. Hello audio. 4,500 and some change. So we're seeing 2,000 here. Like 1,800, 1,900. We're going to see a little bit over 4,000 watts here. Hello, audio. Almost 5K peak. And I know if I sat here and I played with my mic gain and audio, BBI, whatever, we'd eventually get that to go to about 2100, 2200 RMS. Meters don't lie. You can't fool the meters. Alright. Because I already know we're going to exhaust the ability for me to read it in 5X. The 5,000 watt slug and forward. It's a 5 watt coaxial dynamics. We're going to put it in reverse to demonstrate output tune in RMS. This is in PEP. This is in 1X. Now it's reading face value. Now we're going to go to high. Hello, audio. Hello, audio. Hello, audio. 2.5 watts worth of reflect, just like I said it would read. Now we're going to bring our multiplier into play. We're going to click it to 2X. So that's reading like a 10,000 watt slug. Remember, 50 is now 5K. Hello, audio. Hello, audio. Hello, audio. That's on how many volts? Hello, BBI. Hello, BBI. Say about 17. I'm going to double check that. Hold on a second. Just got my flute back from being calibrated. Woo. And I hooked it into the positive lead here off the power supply and the ground on the box. And it's showing me under load. Hello. 15 volt flat. Hello, audio. Hello, audio. Hello, BDI. Kalani, if you feed this box 15 volts, 16 volts, you're going to get close to 6,000 watts out of it on a 24 pill. Kind of like how it's set up into mobile. Oh, but I done away with all that, making room for the new 50 volt stuff coming online here later this month. Kalani buddy, you're set up. Amp is set up, tuned into perfection. I'm going to put all the screws in the case as it sits. I'm going to take it over and send it off. Hope you enjoy it, man. You know what, one more thing. I'm going to pop the tin on this before I send it away, and I'm going to show off all the little features on the inside you got. Okay, so this relay fires this relay. It's way overkill, but I personally feel it's necessary. I've seen too many of these fail. 4,000 watts plus, they just come apart. This is what everybody uses, though. I use this. I use this to fire this. I have an independent input tune and an auxiliary 200 puff output tune tube. I use doorknob capacitors and big aerial inductor for inductance. This is your input inductance tune. 5 watt resistors throughout the entire box. The funnest thing I did is I got tired of the inadequate amount of ground going to the transistors. Okay? So on the back you got dual ground hookups. Okay? And coming off them dual ground hookups is wire. The wire comes through, goes down a long length of the box. Please note, this passageway that's down this side's been blocked off. The passageway down the middle has been blocked off, and this side, so the air can only flow along the length of the heatsink. So I utilized this dead space, and I bought ground up, and I brought it in between each 4-pill section on both sides. Also, this has full mirror board technology, and it's thorough. It goes literally non-stop all the way through the box, and it carries ground from both sides of the transistor, from the bottom and the top part of the leg. 100% uniformal ground. This also keeps your harmonics down. It blocks this transformer from seeing this transformer. you have 1.5 farads worth of internal stored capacitance in circuit. So it helps keep the small little voltage ripple out when you're modulating, the current fluctuating up and down. The transistor doesn't have to work quite so hard, which helps keep just a little bit more heat out of the transistor. The biggest thing I did was this. If we get down in here and we look, there's braid that go through those blocking toroids. And then it's backed up with each power wire is blocked with its own independent toroid. But please note how the wires are laid. They come directly in, they go to the blocking choke, and then they go directly to another board that then in turn is soldered to the transformer. Instead of having a little piece of 22 gauge wire carry all the current, spread it out over a big piece of 1/4 inch ribbon, and then soldered it all the way to the bottom of the transformer. Food for thought. This is your capacitance board. Please note, look again how the wires are set up. It goes through the ribbon, then feeds into the main circuit. So the capacitors are RF isolated from the amp deck on both sides. Now, if you look at this, how the air flows down through the cabinet. Air comes down, has to travel across the body of the caps, and as it's being pushed down, it hits another fan, has another set of air, and then yet another fan that has another set of air, and it pushes it all the way down. If you think about how the air flows through the cabinet, like ripples on a pond, then it curls and it comes along the backside of the cabinet on the underneath. Instead of using big cans and trying to stuff them in here, I spread it out amongst a bunch of little capacitors. And the logic behind that is the air can flow around and encapsulate the cap as it's curving over the edge to go out the heatsink. The same here. Helps keep the cap cool because these puppies get warm. I mean, they get really warm, charging and discharging that fast. It's to help extend the life of the capacitor and help dissipate the heat into the air before it hits its primary job, just flowing out these heat sinks. I had the heat sink specially ordered for this box. They're super wide. Allow for more airflow. Because the heat sinks you're getting now, they're like stacked together like that far apart, the fins. Don't let a lot of air through. You want to move as much air as you can. So with 6 fans, and this is in a 32 pill jumbo cabinet, you have 0 air cavitation that way. You can stick a piece of paper over the top of every single one of the fans on this box and it doesn't flutter. So all the little things you got to think about. As the power wire comes out, they're all independently blocked with more RF choking. This thing is built like a Sherman brick shithouse. And I can't wait for it to go out there and get ripping on the air. Bump, bump. I'm doing my thing, and I got down.